By the way, right here in the beginning, I should point out, you were recording the song. You fell over the piano?
The piano was right behind me, and I just kind of relaxed. I thought the lid was down.
Yeah.
And the lid wasn't down, and I played a chord with my arse.
Your
and
ass
that's on
hit.
the record, and then I start laughing.
Yeah, because right in the beginning, I hear that laugh, and I hear that shitty chord, which works so great. Everybody knows it. But if you listen carefully, right here,
arse.
that's your ass hitting the piano. By the way,
the first thing to do after buying a house is check the floors. Now a trend is becoming popular where people open up the floors and discover the very first layer. Many after buying a house don't even realize that a rarity is under their feet. Mostly such floors are made of tile or marble. If you come across such floors, it is better to restore it. The first thing to
back in the center of the ring. Oh! Look at this man running the barricade.
Lifted up over the table with a back.
Oh, no.
Oh! Kevin Owens, though.
Oh!
Did you hear that?
I felt it.
Did you hear that?
He just killed there.
Cena looks to put him away. Cena now. The attitude adjustment.
And our first entrepreneur is Peter Jones.
Greetings, dragons.
With an interesting idea for something to do with your mouth.
My name's John Lewis.
Get on with it.
I'm sorry, my name's Peter Jones. And I'm looking for an investment of 2 shillings and 6pence. For my invention, the toothbrush. If we were to clean our teeth for 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes in the evening, the dental healthcare in Britain would be so much better, and you'd end up with white, shiny teeth just like mine.
What, so you sort of sweep it around your gob like some kind of broom for your mouth?
Kind of. It's more of an up and down motion.
Listen, pal, if I used your so-called tooth broom on my teeth, they'd fall out. So I'm out.
I like the idea of having less rancid breath. But I'm concerned about this 4 minutes business. Do you really expect everyone to spend this amount of time brooming their teeth, including children?
Indeed, grumpy Mistress Meaden.
What an appalling waste of children's time. Time that would be better spent praying in the workhouse or sweating down the coal mine.
Or up a chimbley. Chim chimbly, chim chimbly, chim chim churu. I don't want to see the little children peeps brushing their teeth. I want to see them brushing the chimbley. Innit? So I'm out.
I gotta be honest with you, Peter. I like you. Like me, I think you're great and incredibly handsome. But as far as your tooth broom goes, I like the idea of having shiny white teeth, but I also like the idea of flying around the world in a big shiny metal bird very fast. But it ain't gonna happen. You're living in cloud shiny metal cuckoo land.
History that I have on him is that he's hard to catch, obviously. So I'm gonna catch him here in this pen, and my goal here is to not just catch him, is to set the stage with him so that the next time the catching process takes place, hopefully it'll be a little bit easier. You've got to be careful with horses, and as I'm talking here, I'm letting this horse make his way to me. Now see right there, he thought he was headed for an out gate. He had no more intention of coming to me, but he give you the impression that on that first few steps that he was kind of coming towards me. You know, so he's been caught enough that he knows how to get away. That's what I'm saying there. So there's a couple of rules of thumb that I go by. I never try to catch a horse in a place where I can't catch him, so I don't train him to be like this unintentionally. When he wanted to sneak off there, I just made a little noise, and he just wanted to mill around up there and play. Now I let him have a minute. You've got to be careful, because see, when he's trotting towards me, it's not coming in there looking at me with real good intention. He wants to come with enough energy so he can get by me. That's generally what a horse is thinking about when they're out there on the fence. I think is how they can get by. I'm going to open this door up and give him an opportunity to come down through there. Those are positive steps right there. I'm going to step over here and slow him just a minute. I want him to think. This is the second time that I've caught this horse myself. Now, the first time that I caught him, he was pretty set on not being caught. And the last time evidently has set the stage to make this an easier process here. I'm watching his head and his ears here. I'm trying to see the best I can if he's going to leave before he leaves. There's a good sign right there. He lowered that head just enough to let me know that he had, at that moment when he lowered his head, he'd taken the pressure off of himself. And what I mean by that is that was a thought of acceptance of my pressure, which took pressure off of him. That might not make a whole lot of sense right now, but this is an emotional situation here. This horse is highly emotional. Generally, when they've got their head sticking up in the air like that, you know, they're pretty tense. And I've got to be mindful. If I crowd him too much, I'll get him to challenging the fences, and I don't want that. So I'm just basically going to position myself out here and waiting. Position myself. I like for him to move his feet right there. Come on. I'm not gonna keep that door open and let him just blow by me like that. I said I wasn't going to do that, and that wasn't my intention, but that happened as I turned and looked down this way. I took my eye off of him. I lost my position of advantage there. So I'm going to put just a little pressure on him here, get him to take that step right there, and then I'm going to wait just a minute. Now he set me up to come to him on that right side. He decided to leave, so I'm going to put a little pressure on him there when he left. It's the same old theory, you know, the right thing easy and the wrong thing difficult. But when a horse is highly emotional like this one is, you see, if I use too much energy, he'll just react to that energy. And I want him to think. I want his thoughts to get down to his feet. And when he makes a good response, I want him to feel that happen. I'm going to open this up and let him out of that corner. He would probably let me walk up there and catch him, but I'm not going to catch him right there. I'm going to let him go on by. See him just bow up there. You know, and I said he bowed up there. He stuck his old chin back on his chest and throwing his head around there. Now he's thinking. That was a step in thought. Now he's thinking about leaving. Now he's back to me. He's leaving. Just by making a little noise right there, it made the leaving process. Come on, get in there. There he is running by. So we'll let him move his feet here for a minute. It's generally what happens as a horse goes down the fence. So you're just looking for that opportunity to run by. So we've got a small enough area here that when he runs by, it's not gaining him anything. I'm gonna send him by the other way. Come on. Now again, I could have caught him up there in that corner a minute, I'm pretty sure, but I want this to be an experience that helps this horse to get caught. I don't want to beg him to be caught. I want to set the situation up where getting caught is the best deal for him. I would rather him not be running to avoid me like he is right now. I'm going to change direction here on purpose. Let him find out that his avenues of escape aren't working. Let him work that out. More than likely how he'll ride too. Looking for a way to escape rather than looking for a way to come into agreement. Let him stop there and let him think. Give him just a little bit of room. This time that I'm spending here right now is just trying to make it as easy as I can for him to look me up, to be present with me. Yeah, when he turns his head like that, that's his way of protecting himself. That's avoidance. That's not anything more than that. He's thinking about moving his feet. I don't want him to move his feet right now. History that I have. I'd like for him to let me be in his left eye. He keeps wanting to put me in the right eye, like he's got right there. And step away. There, now I'm in his left eye. The reason I want him to be in the left eye is I need to be in that one to put the halter on. If he stays up there, you know, he's trying to get me in his right eye again right here. I'm not going to catch him here. I'm just going to go up and touch him. It's my plan, but I got to watch so I don't get run over. You got to watch and be careful. This is a gigantic horse. He's about 17 hands. And those big horses have been used to looking over the top of everything and running over whatever's in their way. So I'm gonna ask him to take a step forward here. And give him a little room and let him come off of there now. You see, I didn't let him go by me. I didn't let him get comfort in. He was thinking about leaving. That's the reason I made that quick move right there. Now see if he'll stay there and let me come up and touch him. Y'all can't see it, but there's a hot wire on the inside. I run a hot wire on there so the horses that are in here don't rub their manes out. And he's backing up close to that hot wire. And horses will use that as an excuse. They'll back up against that hot wire knowing they're going to get shocked and use that as an excuse to run over you. So I give him a little room, let him come down there, reapproach him. He's off of that wire now. I'm approaching right at that shoulder. See him just sneaking away. There he's got me in his right eye again. He's doing that so he can have an excuse to turn away from me. I'm gonna just go up and touch him. I don't particularly like to be right in front of him. I want to touch that shoulder first, if I can. I'm here just letting him feel me. I'm letting him hear my breathing. I'm not going to reach for him and try to catch him. I'm going to just give him some room here. I'd like for him to take a step forward, so I'm going to put a little energy from here. There's a good step right there. I'd like one more. Come on. There we go. Now he would like for me to back up and give him enough room so he can just escape. I'm going to just reapproach him here, giving him what he would like for to happen right there. It's not going to help our cause. Our cause is not to have to come out here and sneak around like a thief in the night trying to catch a horse. I want that son of a gun to come out there and give me his attention, to come to me. So I got to give him a reason that it's okay to do that. So every time I go touch him, and then he's sticking me in that right eye again. Come on back here. Now that time, there's a pretty big change in his attitude here. I'm going to sit here and show him that I'm here as a friend, not as an enemy. If I get in a hurry to catch one like this, well then I feel like that's lying to the horse, you know. If I've asked him to go find a place to get his feet still. I've asked him to put him in a position to let me come up and touch him. And if I catch him, which is what he's trying to avoid, then I'm just, you know, going back on my word. I promised him that if he'll just get quiet and let me come up there and approach him, that life is going to get good. This is building trust. You know, generally a horse like this is what they need, is an element of trust. I don't know why he is the way he is, doesn't matter. I do know that if I can present him with a situation that feels better to him than it was feeling a minute ago, he'll choose to come be with me. That's a good change right there. My goal is not necessarily to get him to follow me all over the pen. My goal is to get him to shift his self-preserving instinct to flee from that of being in a frame of mind to where he's choosing to look me up. He's choosing. And make him take those steps, I let him take those steps. And every time I go back and touch him, it's going to help the cause for the next time. Oh, that's a nice one. Nice big deep breath right there. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. I'd like for him.
When soil gets compacted by heavy animals or equipment, it becomes so dense that water can't flow through it anymore. So they use a pneumatic lance to inject high-pressure air underground to 290 pounds per square inch. This air fractures the compacted layer, creating thousands of tiny tunnels and cracks. Basically, it's like turning a waterproof bowl back into a sponge. The ground even lifts up as the air forces its way through the packed dirt. Then, the standing water suddenly has somewhere to go, straight down into those new drainage channels. And just like that, your swamp becomes a stable field again.
Our entire planet was 3D scanned with Pokemon Go. You were tricked into building the most detailed 3D map of the world only for AI to use it against you. 30 billion real-world images were scanned with users' phones while they were catching Pokemon in the streets to create the most realistic one-to-one digital replica of our entire planet. And you will not believe how much info they really have on you. You see, those Pokemon people were chasing were not in random spots, but in locations that required more data. The less data a geolocation on Earth had, the rarer the Pokemon they would put there, with players continuously scanning the world at different times of day, different times of year, providing the most valuable and detailed map of the world that puts Google Maps to shame, who spend millions of dollars sending their Street View vans around the world to do the same. Niantic, the guys behind Pokemon Go, did it all for free, convincing millions of users to take scans of our planet under the guise of a video game. Some users even paid Niantic to do that work for them through in-game microtransactions.
Day one of learning how to be a straight man.
Here we go.
Teach me how to sit like a straight man.
Start with not sitting like that. You can't cross the legs. That's off limits. Spread the arms too. Just widen the whole stance. You gonna be alright?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Sorry.
Getting there?
Sorry, my hair.
No, none of that.
No,
The puckering of the lips too needs to slow down. Not bad. Yeah. Okay.